Hey there, this is Natalie, and in this video I'm going to be talking about one of Zeke Jaeger's special abilities in Attack on Titan, which we saw in use in episode 1 of the final season during the attack on Fort Zlava. In the new episode, we saw a number of terrified looking Eldian soldiers being pushed from an airship. Zeke, still in his human form, then screamed, which caused all of these free-falling men to turn into free-falling titans, with those who weren't killed on impact with the ground going on to assault the fort. Now, this raised a lot of questions about what abilities Zeke actually has. We have seen Titan shifters using screams before to create certain effects. Annie's female Titan used screams to summon nearby Titans over to her, for instance, and Eren's mysterious coordinate ability, which is only triggered once when he was in contact with the Titan form of Dina, his father's first wife who had royal blood, allowed him to control pure Titans in the area when he screamed. But does this mean that the Beast Titan has the ability to simply transform Eldians into pure Titans that he can control with a shout, even when he's in his human form? Isn't that, well, a bit OP? And if he can do that, why didn't he just use the scream while he was on Paradise Island during the events of Arc 3, turn everybody trying to fight him into Titans, and just be done with it? In fact, why wasn't the basic plan of the Marleyans just for Zeke to Titanify everybody on the island, giving him an entire population of Titans he could control, and almost nobody to oppose him and his allies? Well, no, the Beast Titan's abilities aren't that overpowered to begin with, and though it is important to note that Zeke gains some extra abilities beyond those the Beast Titan shifter would normally have, owing to the fact he has the blood of the Eldian royal family, Dina of course being Zeke's mother, this still doesn't make him capable of turning any Eldian into a pure Titan with his scream whenever he wants. Instead, Zeke can only control Titans who've been created using his own spinal fluid. This makes him different from the founding Titan, which allows control over almost all Eldians' memories, with a few exceptions like the Ackerman family, and control over all of the Titans. The founding Titan was the Titan shifter ability Grisha Jaeger, that's Zeke and Eren's father, took from the Rice family, but which neither he nor Eren, who he passed it on to, could use, due to them not having royal blood. This is why Eren uses the Attack Titan ability that Grisha originally got by eating the owl, and only gets those strange effects from the founding Titan when he's in physical contact with someone of royal blood, like Dina or Historia. The founding Titan is what Marley really want to gain control of, which is why the whole plot of Attack on Titan basically began, and it's clear to see why this overwhelmingly powerful ability, which hasn't yet been able to come into play due to it having been idle inside Grisha and then Eren since before Reiner and Bertholdt were first sent to attack the walls at the very beginning, would be the game changer Marley are looking for. The first episode of the final season showed us just how adept Marley's enemies are becoming at fighting against Titans, and with the ever-advancing military technology of the rest of the world outside the walls, Marley risks losing its might if they can't bolster their Titan capabilities with something more powerful. But back to Zeke. When people have been pre-prepared with some of Zeke's spinal fluid, he's able to turn them into Titans with his scream, rather than them just transforming straight away, which is what we see happen normally when an Eldian is injected with Titan's spinal fluid, as we saw happen to Dina and the others who were sent to Paradise Island and turned into Titans as a punishment by Marley. The technical side of what's actually happening here will be explained later in the final season of Attack on Titan, as we start to learn things like where Titan bodies actually come from, and why there is this connection between all of the Eldians that allows for things like mass memory control. So I won't explain all of that here because it spoils things from later in the manga, beyond what I wanted to talk about here to explain Zeke's power. Functionally though, what we saw in episode 1 of season 4 was Zeke using people who had been prepared for this in advance. Just like with the Suicide Squad of Eldians Marley were going to send to blow up the train, Marley have no qualms about using Eldians as weapons, and these guys knew what was about to happen to them, which is why they looked so grim as they left the airship. The fact that Zeke can use this scream ability when he hasn't transformed into the Beast Titan is probably due to his royal blood, and also the fact that Zeke is a very experienced and knowledgeable Titan shifter at this point and has fully tested and figured out just what the limits of his powers are. Now, to round off this video, I'm going to get into some fairly minor spoilers that explain how this all ties into things we saw in seasons 2 and 3. So if you don't want to know anything other than the explanation of how Zeke transformed the soldiers in season 4 episode 1, then you might want to leave the video here. If so, then thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing if you want to see more of my Attack on Titan coverage. So, if you're still here, knowing all of this about Zeke's scream, it makes sense to think about the Titan invasion in Between the Walls, and the village where the Titan form of Connie Springer's mother was found. It definitely seems that Zeke's scream was what created those Titans, where there were no breaches found in the wall, and the Beast Titan was able to control the other Titans. But does that mean that Zeke and his allies had to first inject everybody they wanted to turn into a Titan with Zeke's spinal fluid? Well, actually, what they did was use a gas infused with the spinal fluids, which was used on the inhabitants of Connie's village of Ragako. Where Connie's mother turned into a malformed Titan who was unable to stand, she's still there, but the other people of the village were the Titans we saw throughout seasons 2 and 3, who were wiped out over time by the Survey Corps and by the guillotine type weapon that was built into the wall using Eren's hardening power. This does reasonably mean that Zeke would be able to control Connie's mother if he was close to her, but since she's only got those little stubby legs, I don't really know what the point of that would be. So that's about all for this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts about Zeke's powers, or if there are any other things from the latest episode that you'd like me to talk about. You can also check out my full recap and review of the episode by clicking the link on the end card. As always, please subscribe and ring the notification bell if you want to know when I upload more Attack on Titan content, or if you like ReZero, because I have about 100 ReZero videos already on my channel, and more to come alongside my new Attack on Titan coverage. I'll also be making weekly videos about the new seasons of Log Horizon and World Trigger when the winter 2021 anime season starts, so there's lots of new content coming up on my channel. For now though, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon.